If I had the opportunity to tell my younger self one thing, it would be back when I was on campus at college for my freshman year, when I just arrived at school. And I remember they had all of the vendors out, the first day, the welcome mini. And I never knew that there were sharks in the water at that time. And those sharks were banks. Those sharks were credit cards that were offered up to me at a very young age. I didn't come from a world of money, and there was no reason a credit card company or a bank should have been touting or hawking a drug, which is a credit card, to a 17, 18-year old that had no ability to pay back that particular debt. And because I didn't have experience with credit cards earlier, I didn't know what to do. So you spend it on whatever it is, food, this, that, whatever it was. I spent it on things that I didn't need. But more importantly, I didn't have the discipline and understanding what I was going to need to do to pay it back. If I can tell my younger self, don't take that credit card, or if you're going to take the credit card, make sure you are using it in a much more responsible way. Now, I didn't have a large credit limit. What I didn't realize is if you didn't pay on time and you get your late fees and all of those particular things, they build up. But why I consider it a predatory approach from these particular banks and these credit cards, because they know most kids don't have the ability to pay those credit card bills off. They know that. They're predators. I can guarantee you or challenge that they were giving the worst interest rates at the time. But they knew the college students wouldn't be able to pay it off, and they were betting that their parents would be able to do that. What I didn't realize is one of the things for me, I would dare not go and ask my mother to pay for my credit card. So in many cases, the credit card payment wasn't paid. And where did my credit go? Down the tank. And it took years and years and years to build back up my credit. And it was just something that, again, if I only knew what to do and what not to do, that could have saved so many years of heartache, so many years of dysfunction. When you're buying your first car or second car or your house, and all of the repairing that you had to do, that I had to do, in order to get better rates was ridiculous. And again, only if somebody told me what not to do. So, whoever can benefit from hearing this, please do so. What I think you can do if you're a high school student or if you're a parent, again, if you have a credit card, you can give your child a secondary credit card holder account. Teach them from a very young age of how to use a credit card. Coach them on what to do. You can even put controls on your credit cards, right? If you give somebody a secondary credit card account, you can actually put limits on that particular card. Many of the banks do that today. You can put these limits so you can actually start to coach your kids at a very early age on what not to do or how not to work with your credit card. And you can watch it and help and talk to your kids. Many times I hear kids, my kids, they go to school and they spend, right, particularly their first year of college, second year of college. I've heard the stories, I heard the horror stories of parents who have kids who go away to school and they're just going ape shit with their spend. And you have to control that. So the sooner you're able to have those discussions, have that dialogue. Yes, we know we give our kids allowances and we help with that, but we have to teach them these other tools, particularly if they're going to go away to school. Don't be like a lot of other people who suffer from just not knowing how to manage their expenses and their finances and go out of control. And if you're lucky, Your kid will come and tell you, "Hey, I'm having this problem." If you're probably unlucky and you don't hear, or I should say, if they're unlucky and they don't tell you, they'll have some challenges that they're going to be dealing with for several years as far as how they try to repair that credit score. So don't be like me or how I used to be, because I do believe that we can fix that by some basic literacy, financial literacy methods. Again, give your kids a card early, make them put some controls on it through the credit card, and then on top of it, you're seeing what they're buying, and you're able to coach them on how those bills are going to be paid on a timely manner, not 15 days late, but in a timely manner so it's not impacting the credit score. And that way, as you know, they end up building their credit because you gave them a credit card earlier, and they're building their credit score. You're helping them establish healthy credit behavior and patterns, and on top of it, their credit score increases and they're now ahead of the curve rather than behind. Whoever needs to hear that, hope that helps, because I wish somebody told this to me when I was younger.